Hello, everyone. Welcome. April the 8th, show 98 of Get Out of Rap TV. I think the last one was March the 18th. So it has been a while, loads going on in our industry. It's great to be back. I do love these shows and spending 45 minutes with you guys, having a chat and learning from you all. How are we all? I hope you are all good. Now, housekeeping. I couldn't do this show without my partners. They are above me here. Let's start with Quetzal. Quetzal are your people to go to if you want to turn your strategy about technology into reality. Alvaria. Alvaria are all about proactive customer contact, bringing this to the forefront of everything we're doing. Better outsourcing. They are doing outsourcing better. They're very people focused. And of course, the forum, great member organization, all about trying to make people better. Let's say hello. Hello. Morning and welcome back, says Danny Wareham. Danny, it's good to see you. We met up in Manchester at the UCX event. It was great to have Danny on the panel. Such a amazing guy. Lewis Murphy, good morning. Wednesday Wisdom, looking forward to that tomorrow. Check out Lewis's videos. Daniel Cohen, hey up, number one athlete on LinkedIn. Hope you're living the dream. It's a painful dream, mate. And look, I have my Nespresso, double espresso. And I have to say, anytime you need to contact Nespresso, it is seamless. So well done, mate. Jonathan is here. Hello, my friend. Good morning. Emma. Emma is here. Good morning. Lovely catch up last week, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Sandrea, the superstar Sandrea. Congratulations on your recent Women in CX nomination. Thoroughly deserved. Nick, everyone's here. Good morning. Good morning, Nick Home. Great to see you. And oh, I've gone the wrong way. Chantel, good morning. And lovely also to see you at that UCX event. I'm looking forward to being on the panel, and I'll mention that later on. Darren Grace is here. Good morning, my friend. And Tracy Newton. Tracy, you won a hoodie, didn't you? Am I going mad? Neve is here. Hello, Neve. Hiya. I recognize so many names of people that have donated, so thank you so much. Dara is here. Dara, who has written an awesome book that I have a copy of. Morning, mate. Can't comment as driving up the east coast of Ireland now, but great to be here and listening in. Yeah, eyes on the road, my friend. I know you are a bit of a daredevil. Dara Keenan, do check out his book. Emma, me too. Thanks. Yes, definitely. Oh, here he is. Pete Pader, Pete Dunn, absolute legend of our industry, looking for a new role. You absolutely have to connect and use there's a connection bar, isn't there, next to the comments. So if you're not all connected, then please do connect with each other. You're more than welcome, Sandrea. Neve, I want a hoodie. I love it. Good for you. I can't help myself with merch. I was looking at jackets yesterday. Freshly trimmed beard, looking a bit Eminem. It is, yeah. I finally I was getting some comments, mainly because of my videos. I was looking a bit dishevelled, so I've gone the shortest I've been in a long time. Here's a question for you all, so we can all get to know each other. What do you do to relax? What do you do to relax? We are all becoming a lovely community here over the years I've been doing this. We welcome one and all, whether you are someone that's been here for most of these 98 shows or you're watching for the first time. But what do you do to relax? I found out later on in life that I'm an active rester. So I think I'm at my most relaxed when I'm playing football. Actually, some of my teammates might not agree with me. Um, Sandrea is kicking us off. Hiking and yoga. I love it. Do you ever hike and then do yoga? So do yoga up a mountain. Amandip is here. Amandip, good to see you. Good morning. Sandrea's kicked us off. Chantel says, I have been spending a lot of time in the garden and I love walking. Love it. Getting outdoors is really important, isn't it? Um, I wonder how much of these things we really kind of discovered following lockdown. You know, when it was just like amazing to get out. You're allowed out for a set period of time. Lovely Dan Cohen, walking and generally avoiding football results most of the time. You and me both, my friend. Yeah, it's a big game for Tottenham on Thursday. I know you're not a Tottenham fan, but I'm just letting you know I'm already nervous. Jonathan loves cycling, love just being on my road bike. I am on Strava, Jonathan. So I don't know if we follow each other already, but please, if you're on Strava, I'd love to follow you. Um, oh, Neris is here. Neris Caulfield. Morning. I watch Bubblegum TV to relax. Love in the Doghouse and Love on the Spectrum at the moment. That is a good shout. Me and my better half, Bev, we are well into Married at First Sight Australia. I get far too invested in the people in that. Um, Danny Wareham, his company name Fergun means to take delight in other people's accomplishments or experiences. My relaxing is YouTube reaction video. There's nothing for me lovelier than seeing someone else discover Otis Redding or any other amazing vocalist for the first time. Oh, I also like the TikTok videos where it's often Americans discovering UK rappers. I'll never forget the first Stormzy one that they watched. Neve reads, and as she said, it keeps me sane ish. Uh, Lewis, writing, poetry in the spoken word, or playing football manager. That is awesome. Love to see some of your writing, Lewis. One of the guys in my football team, he works for Football Manager. We get loads of merch, and our team is written into the code. So there's a back doorway that you can find and play Boundary Park, we're called. Yes, defo. I've done some yoga in some beautiful spots. That's amazing. Um, Darren says, if I get to sit on the couch, my wife or daughter's asking me to do something, I usually nod off before one of them wakes me up. I used to say that I think there was some sort of button in the sofa that when I sat down, it rang a bell and to one of the girls in the house saying, right, you've got to ask Mark to do something now. um, Writing also is relaxing for me. I posted the other day with some heart variation data to show just how relaxing it is. Oh yeah, that was fascinating. Your long reads are great, Danny, by the way. Keep them coming. Pate Dan, D&D, books, computer games, trips to the beach to stare wistfully out to sea like I'm Ahab searching for a whale. You're very lucky living near the sea. I wish I did. I wish I did. Darren is checking right now. Yeah, there's some button under the sofa, but it's only your bum that sets it off. That's what I've figured out. These are great, and I do think it helps us get to know each other because this is what it's all about, isn't it? It is connection. Um, Elvis, hello, my friend Elvis Bestowich, watching cricket. Oh, I love that. Yes, and it's coming. We're now heading into cricket season, aren't we? Where I often run round, where we play football, there's a lovely cricket pitch, and there's nothing better than sitting up on the balcony watching a game, especially when the youngsters are playing. Really exciting. Okay, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm running the London Marathon. And I have a challenge for you all. I saw someone post this the other day. So many of you, I think the vast majority actually, have already donated. If you have already donated, um, or if you want to, please do use the QR code. We're on 3,604. In my daily updates, I keep getting the amount wrong because I'm tired. But I have an idea. Um, Please choose a song for my marathon playlist. Uh, if you've made a donation or if you make a donation, please do. You can either add it on the Just Giving page or in the comments here a song, and I will add that to the playlist. And then when things get tough, I will put on the LinkedIn playlist. So the I'm not going to qualify these; they can be anything you want, uh, and I will run listening to them. Danny has shared the link to my relaxing post for after the show. Thank you, sir. That is, I recommend checking them out. Neve says our house needs a sofa button. Uh, Awesome. The first one from Danny, "Till I Collapse" by Eminem. Pre-beard Eminem. So we're off and running. No pun intended. Neve says, "When the going gets tough, the tough get going." Okay, we're up to two. We are up to two. Um, Danny Warren says, "This is a mistake, Martin. You're going to get the Benny Hill theme tune 50 times in a row." That might help. You never know. So we're 19 days away. I'm up to the start. This is the second day of week 13 of the 16-week training plan, and I'm tapering down now, which means I'm my big run on Saturday is now only an hour and 34 minutes, which I'm very, very grateful for because this has been the hardest thing I've ever done. It is exhausting. Okay. Sandrea says, "Junior, senior, move your feet." Thank you, Sandrea. That is going on. Aman, I know, Danny. It's funny, isn't it? Elvis, thank you very much. Three Little Birds. I love that song. Neris says, "You Can't Stop the Beat" from Hairspray. Okay, that is going on as well. Pete says, "Spencer Davis Group, keep on running," and "Born to Run" by The Boss. Oh, Sarah's here. Great. Hi, Sarah. Sarah Hunt. "Breathe" by The Prodigy. Yeah, I love The Prodigy. That is definitely going on. Jonathan, "Country Song," Miles on it. Oh, Marshmallow and Kane Brown. Good. Okay. Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Morris Pentel, "This is a cracker." 500 miles. These are all going on. Um, as long as you have donated, and I'm pretty sure you all have. If you haven't, you can just use the QR code, or there's always a link in my daily vlog updates. They're keeping me really honest. I'm sorry if they're boring you, but they are keeping me really honest. Danny says, "Sarah Hunt, great shout." So this is going to be my LinkedIn playlist. If you have any other ideas after the show or any time before the marathon, you can add it on the Just Giving page in your comments, or just send me a message. The final countdown. Yeah, I love that. I will have to do the playlist where we're getting near the end. Oh, another one. Neve, thank you very much. "Here I Go Again" on my own. That, do you know what, Neve? One of the things I'm hoping for is, other than one run, and I've done 41 runs now in the last 13 weeks. I've done all of them bar one on my own. And I'm hoping that running with lots and lots of other people in a very interesting place, London, is going to make a big difference. Oh, Dan, this is a good one. Daniel Cohen, "The White Stripes, Seven Nation Army." just showing your Leeds bias then. But yeah, that is definitely on there. Amandit, listen back to the Gal podcast. Do you know what? It doesn't matter how many podcasts I've done or shows like these, all the way back to being an agent. Come on, no one likes listening to their own voice. I think when you do, you always think, I'm never going to talk again. Do I really sound like that? Tracy, you paint and draw. Oh, I'd love to see some of your work. I used to do quite a bit of painting. I haven't done it for years, though, for some reason. Okay, now then, let's go to a big topic. I have high hopes for you all. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on the news from Sky about letting 2,000 customer-facing employees go? They announced, I think it was last week, the start of last week, their plan that they were going to be cutting 2,000 agents across their workforce, not just mainly agents, from a various sites. And I wondered, what are your thoughts? Oh, here's a good one, Neris. All the walk-on songs that the darts players use in the Premier League. That's a really good shout. That is a really good shout. I do like them. And I will be walking at some point, I imagine. But you know, this was some big news, right? Certainly. Oh, Amandip, thank you. Some of these comments are coming through, but you love a bit of retail therapy. Who doesn't? But music is my relaxation. I love it. I love it. What did we all think? So, are these guys the first of many who are? I was chatting to someone yesterday around AI agents taking transactional customer contact. Still had team leaders, interestingly, and obviously the implication is going to be the need for less agents. And I just wonder whether Sky's decision is going to be the start of a lot of this. I saw it on someone else's post. I think it was Gary Gormley, and I commented on there that what was disturbing was they said it was for their customers, but there was no reference to customer feedback, any kind of forums or research, or are their customers actually asking not to talk to humans, or is this just cost cutting? Danny says the Grand Designs theme tune is basically wrestling walk-on music for dads. Brilliant. Okay, Neve. This really feeds into the fears people have had about AI taking everyone's jobs. I'd love to know more about the drivers behind it, and maybe since that article, they've shared some more information. But certainly in the article itself, there was no information. So I'm like you, Neve. I'd love to know more. Pete says economic uncertainty and a swing back to offshoring in brackets again. It was unfortunate but inevitable. And I do wonder whether, these are the changes that are coming and we need to just get our heads around it. It is sad for those affected, but I think there will be more to come due to AI, says Sandrea. And I think I agree with you completely. I think it would be naive to think that there are not going to be big changes because of AI, certainly from a population of customer facing colleagues of ours in the industry. Luke is here. Hello, my friend. Luke Dobson. What is Sky's attrition rate? Are they managing this over a number of years? Be interested to see how it works out. Yeah, very good point, Luke. Very good. Are they just not replacing across multiple sites? But I think it sounded a bit more immediate than that. Elvis Bestowich says, it's a shame. They will realize this mistake once they see the impact of laying off excellence and experience. Very true. Very true. There's going to be a lot of cumulative knowledge and great customer facing people being let go is a shame. Uh, Aman says, my manager just yesterday had a really awful experience with them and ended cancelling her account with them. Oh, interesting. Um, Danny says Sky's revenue flatlined and losses doubled to 224 million in 2024. Their push towards internet based services rather than people is about cost cutting, not a service demand from customers, which makes it a real shame that that was how they announced it, that it was based on servicing customers where they want where and how they want to be serviced. Luke says selfish versus empathetic approach to CX. So interesting. Morris Pentel, I think that getting rid of these people will make the service better. I am just not sure for whom. It may be for the finance department, but sure as you know what, it won't make it better for customers. It is not AI's fault. It is how we decide to use it. What a insightful comment, Morris. Um, Neris says, I've been in most of their contact centers and they are amazing. They really look after the advisors. It's sad. Yeah, like you, I'm not a Sky customer anymore, but I was for several years, and every time I contacted them, it was a good service. And probably like you guys, right? Whenever you're contacting a company, there's an extra element to what that interaction goes like, where you're kind of observing it from a professional point of view, and I always found them impressive. Uh, Danny agrees with Neris. Neris Caulfield agreed. Their Leeds office and people there are fabulous. It is a shame. There's a human impact to all of these stories. It isn't just 2,000 people; it's 2,000 families, the communities that they're in, the communities where the contact centers are based. There's it's a massive shame, says Lewis Murphy, but it's also not surprising. I think we'll see much more of this over the next few years. And that was one of the reasons for posting this question. Are these guys the first? Are they just the first out the gate? And we're going to see a lot more of that. There's a significant cost. This is from Pete Dunn. There's a significant cost associated with the employee package with free broadband and TV, cheap mobiles, etc. So it's disingenuous to say it's driven by a better CX plan. Oh, good information, Pete. Thank you very much, Danny. You can watch Tottenham on Channel 5 right now, right? Tottenham will be on Thursday night and it will be on TNT, previously known as BT. But yeah, we are very much a Thursday night team. And if we don't win this competition, we will not be a midweek team. We will not be in Europe. This season, we're on track actually for it to be the worst since 1997. So the woes of being a Tottenham fan continue. So we're not on Channel 5. I wouldn't mind if we were. Dan, thank you very much for sharing this post. UK retailers face a 56 billion surge in costs. Wow. I will check that out afterwards because that is huge, isn't it? And thank you, Dan. You're following up cost, and more cost. A huge amount of empathy for those impacted. Sky is renowned for having some of the best in the business. I have no doubt other businesses will benefit by taking on these hardworking, skilled, and innovative folk. I love that, Dan. Let's hope that is true. There's going to be a lot of talent available. And let's hope they do get placed quickly. One of my partners, Better, did such a good thing in the last month or so by looking at taking as many people from ECO outsourcing as possible prior to even thinking about getting in extra clients, because they just wanted to get talent in. 5.6 billion. Thank you, Danny. Not 56 billion. It's important that I'm accurate. Otherwise, I'm just reading. So thank you for that. So it's interesting, isn't it? And that there are changes and they are coming. One thing I would say is we are a great industry in dealing with change. We cannot, though, lose sight of customers still want to talk to human beings. And in addition to that, I think we have to be really, really careful about what we're going to be asking people to do. We're taking away all the transactional inquiries, and those are some of the times when people could have a cognitive break. It is not a fun job if every single one of your contacts is high emotion, complex, and we don't change anything else. So I think we're heading towards the biggest period of change this industry's known. And it is for all of us as leaders and voices within this industry to help make sure that we navigate this with both our employees and our customers at the heart of what we're doing. But we can determine this, absolutely. We really can. Please do keep these comments coming. I just want to point you in the direction of another webinar, not mine, but the Great Debate. This is being put on. Chantel, who was here earlier, Marianne Withers, and Elaine Lee have been doing some very well attended webinars all about AI. The Great Debate, AI, friend or foe. UK CCF are hosting it, and I will be on the panel with Double G, Gary Gormley, Simon Poland of Evaluation, and Sarah Williams, the awesome Sarah Williams of Westminster City Council, and me. Where maybe I can just share your views, but that is on Thursday. Let me just change this for you. Hopefully, Thursday at 12:30. If you head to either Elaine, Marianne, or Chantel, or the UK CCF LinkedIn page, you will be able to see how you can attend that. But it should be really, really good. Here's a question. What would you be saying on this debate? What would be what you would like to get out of this? I can be your mouthpiece. Neris says it is indicative of the trajectory that, to a greater or lesser degree, most customer-facing teams will go through. Sadly, yes, very, very true. We have to get ready for this. Kerry Sudo, Sandra Thompson, and I are discussing if recruitment and training needs to change to target emotional intelligence as a recruitment identifier tomorrow. Oh, Danny, please do share the link. I would like to attend that. 3 wonderful people and a great subject. So please do attend the link. Chantel, thank you very much. We'd love to see you there. And Chantel is sharing the link for Thursday, and hopefully Danny can share his one for tomorrow. I'm all about sharing. Sharing is caring, isn't it? But yeah, really looking forward to the Great Debate. And we should it should be a genuine debate, right? This is a subject that we all have an opinion on. I'm freshly shaved, so I'm going to go in spitting bars. Oh dear, my daughters would be cringing at that. Okay. Thank you, Danny. It is between 1 and 2 tomorrow, his event with Amazing Sandra Thompson and the awesome Kerry Sudell. What a trio that is. Um, I will definitely hold on. Yeah, I'm giving blood tomorrow, but that's not until 2:45. I have, but I think that might be wrong. We need to stop it being either or. AI has benefits and extremely serious risks. Morris, you make such a good point, and you've talked before, haven't you, about the responsible deployment of AI, like how we're using it. That's been a consistent mantra and rallying call of yours, and it's really it's really well made. It's a really well made point. Okay, it is time for a VT. Okay, we are going through the UK Decision Makers Guide 2025 from Contact Babel and the awesome Steve Morell. This is a great one. Look at this customer preference for phone channel between 2018 and 2024. The extent to which customers prefer talking on the phone, and there are three, and the customers that were surveyed were given three scenarios. One where the contact is high emotion, another where it's highly urgent, and another where it is highly complex. If we look at the starting point for a high urgent inquiry, 11% of those people contacted said they wanted to use the phone, 14% for high complexity, 23% for high emotion. And you can see that that has risen over the last 6 years. So if it's a high complexity inquiry, 40% said they would prefer the phone, 36% if it was highly urgent, and 22% for high emotion, which has remained the same. So customers do prefer using the phone, albeit I did expect to see those percentages higher, but there is still a need for it. Pete Dunn says, to Morris's point earlier, blaming AI for our actions ignores our responsibility and opportunity to change things for the better, not entrench or compound the same issues we already have. What a great point. I think this is a great opportunity for us to really think about how we are set up and structured, and to finally address some of the challenges that we have when it comes to delivering great customer experience. So there is a great opportunity here. We've just got to seize it. And like you say, we can't just blame it or let it determine what's going on. We control it at the moment, anyway. Neve Judge says, look at the jump during the pandemic year. That's all those people working from home who could now do calls during office hours. Very, very true. Very, very true, Neve. We had more time on our hands, didn't we? And interestingly, the next slide, and again, this shouldn't be a surprise, but the rise of remote and hybrid working from 2010 to 2025, you can see here some very interesting stats. Oh, Amandip, this is nice. UKCCF are doing a site visit to PPL PRS in May. Pop in and say hello. We definitely need more face-to-face meets, don't we? I still haven't got round to doing a Get Out of Rap face-to-face meet, but there is an opportunity for everyone to go and see Amandip. And you guys are doing some really, really good stuff. So that will be a great visit. Danny, referencing Neve's comment, is it COVID, or did we just see a step change in tech capability and cost to access. I'd wager that this is more about the tech maturing and being available to more organizations. Interesting, a different opinion there. No surprise here for the rise of remote and hybrid contact center working. You can see that 2025 estimated there's only a slight drop. And Neve replies, "This is why I love this show, Danny Warren, probably both, but I think COVID was the instigator. COVID was certainly the instigator for a lot of changes, wasn't it? And there's definitely something there where that spike. Let's just go back. You can see that shot through the roof at the same time as COVID. I find this interesting in terms of the percentage of remote and hybrid workers, because you can see, you certainly hear a lot of talk about people returning to contact centers, but it doesn't seem to be reflected in these figures. Interesting that now COVID is gone and there is a marked return to office approach, that the figures haven't reduced back to the pre-2020 norm. Exactly what I was just saying. Neris is asking, where is it? I've been to the PRS Centre a few times, but all I can remember is it's being somewhere with a big chapel. I say gone, says Danny, even though I had it this year and it's awful. Yes. There is still a lot of it going around, isn't there? And I remember it knocked you for 6, Danny. So yes, this is interesting, isn't it? That we are not seeing the vast return. Is that kind of because it's too much hassle, or that we've seen the numbers and we're quite happy for hybrid working and that is now the norm? I think this is a really interesting watch item, especially when you look at it in conjunction with what we were going through earlier about the advent of AI and the impact that's having on the number of people we have dealing with customers in contact centers. Very, very interesting times ahead. That is for sure. And like I say, I don't think we've ever had, perhaps COVID, but we've never had a period where we should get excited about it. It is naturally very sad when you hear about our colleagues losing their jobs. Am I being naive? I'd love to think that companies are trying to find how they can utilize the skills and experience of people in different roles prior to just going, okay, great, we don't need 2,000 people now. But it is an exciting time for our industry, nerve-wracking, I guess, a period of great change. Nick Holmes says, is there an argument to say the definition of high urgency has changed over the years, as a lot of actions that had high urgency can be self-served, i.e. change of vehicle? Very true. And kind of you're kind of agreeing with Danny's point that tech has got better. So what we are comfortable as customers dealing with without talking to someone has probably changed. So yeah, really, really good point, Nick. Really good point. Well, it's great to be back. I'm always amazed how quickly the time goes. This is going to be a shameless plug again. If you haven't already, I want to get to 4,000 in my fundraising. You can decide what song I am going to listen to. Even if, as Danny says, it's a Benny Hill theme tune, but I will create a LinkedIn playlist for when I run the London Marathon in only 19 days now. But the whole point of this was to raise money for ActionAid. It's an amazing charity for women and girls around the world. They do some amazing work, including in the recent tragedy in Myanmar. With the earthquake, ActionAid was on the ground very, very quickly, helping women and girls who are disproportionately affected by any natural disaster. or generally in society. So they do great work, and I would love to get to £4,000. Like, we're on 3,604. I've got it right this time. So please do use the QR code, or it's on any of my videos that I post every day. Spamming the living daylights out of LinkedIn. There'll be a lot of people that will be glad when the marathon's over. So I won't be talking about it anymore. Change the record. Rick, no problem. Good to see you. Hello, guys. Sorry I'm late. Well, we're coming to the end. Thank you so much for joining. There's a load of events there that we've gone through today. So we've got Danny, Kerry, and Sandra's event tomorrow, and then we have the great debate, AI friend or foe, on Thursday, and we also have a UK CCF visit to PPL PRS, and you get a chance to see Aman. Oh, Luke Dobson. Thank you that's great. £3,749. That's brilliant. Chantel, you're on 3,749. Oh, you guys are the best. Honestly, that is amazing. That has made my day. Thank you so much. It's been lovely to spend time with you all. I hope to see you at a virtual event or in person very, very soon. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. Bye, everyone.